What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while since I posted it again. My last video, I remade the triple and I was planning on hitting it. But unfortunately, some things happened. My dad actually got sick and then had to quarantine up here, and then also I had to go find a different job. So that's why there was another delay in the videos, but we're back again. Like I said, I'm gonna be coming back to YouTube, so just expect more uploads. We're gonna do a bike review today on my KLX 110L. Mostly just making this video to help people out if they are thinking about getting a pit bike for the first time, or just interested in the KLXs themselves. I will be leaving a link for everything I mention about this bike in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, hopefully you guys find this useful. So starting off, this bike is a 2014, so it is 6 years old. I am the second owner of it. I bought it off of Craigslist for about $1,700, but it was still under warranty at the time, so I think it had like a few months left on the warranty. What really brought me to the KLX when I first started looking for smaller bikes to buy was this is actually a KLX 110L, which means the suspension height, I believe, off the top of my head, it's probably about 2 to 3 inches taller than the regular KLX. That's not exactly what the height difference is, but it's somewhere around there. So you got a little bit more suspension travel off the bat. So it does give you a little bit more of a bigger bike feel, just having it a little bit taller. But it's all personal preference. Again, I'm only 5'6", but I've seen taller people ride it. I did change to a tall seat before the other seat kind of dipped, and better handlebars. These are Pro Taper SE bars, fat bars, and then I got pillow top grips with handguards. I don't know, you don't really need these, but definitely I would recommend getting bigger bars and then some nice grips and a taller seat. Again, just trying to make the bike feel a little bit bigger. For kids, that might not be that big of an issue, but if you're a man-child, you might want to add those things. Again, I'm leaving everything in the description if you're interested. Unfortunately, all my spare parts are behind that door up there, sealed away. Otherwise, I would show them to you, so I'll just throw a few clips that I already have of this bike in there to kind of show you the difference between right now and what it was before I had these mods on there. So as you can see, these were the stock handlebars, and I did find them running into my knees every once in a while. It definitely wasn't pleasant. Again, I'm a smaller human, so it wasn't too big of an issue, but I definitely still didn't like it, and I could see if you were bigger or taller, it would be more of an issue than what I found. But overall, I just think changing the bars definitely helps the bike a lot. Sorry if you hear the heater in the background. We recently just heated the garage, which it's pretty awesome, so I can actually work on my bikes now in the winter. Otherwise, normally it would be about 25 degrees in here right now. Right now I'm sitting at a comfortable 60, which is nice. So this is the stock tire that comes with the KLX 110. This is obviously worn a bit, but I will kind of just show you the tread pattern of both. I have a aftermarket one on the back, but here's kind of the tread pattern. Again, this is worn down. And here's the front as well. If you can see, that's probably a better angle for you. But I did put a Michelin Star Cross tire on the back. These knobs are pretty insane. To me, the knobbier the tire, the better. I know that's not always true, but for me, I like my knobs for sure. But this tire was not that expensive, and I've had it for probably like a year and a half, 2 years, and you can still see the original tread. Like the fine details of the tread, so it really hasn't worn that much. Real quick, I just want to say, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. As you can see, a lot of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. I would greatly appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button, and if worse comes to worse, you can always unsubscribe later if you don't like my content. So if you guys could subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Also, another thing I forgot to bring up about the KLX 110 edition compared to the KLX 110, this is clutch. If you get the KLX 110, it is just 1 down, 3 up, where this is 1 down, 3 up with a clutch. So it's always nice to be able to get the RPMs up when you want. Not that this bike bogs, but if you ride, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of just nice to have a clutch. Gives you a little bit more options to do when you need it. But over the length of having this bike over a few years, I've really had no issues with it whatsoever. It's been basically bulletproof. I've crashed this thing. I've folded the handlebars to the gas tank crashing it. My friends have rode it. My friends have beat on it. I've beat on it. It's literally been pretty much bulletproof. The only thing that I've had issues with is the drum brakes in the rear not really working. Partly that was my fault. One time I was adjusting the chain and forgot to tighten up this bolt, I would believe, and this support arm fell, and when I hit the brake, it allows, but it's a rod to control your rear brake, and that actually wrapped around my axle, and I ended up straightening it back out. But I don't know if I need new drum pads. Every time I take it apart, it looks fine, but it just doesn't seem like it should grab like it should. But then again, they are drum brakes. I'm trying to think of any other issues I can think about. The only small thing I can really think of that never really gives me too much trouble is if I do clean my bike with a hose or a power washer. It does kind of have a rough time staying started, I'd say, for the first like 10 minutes after it, if I were to get on it and ride it. I think it might just be an electrical problem somewhere. It's fine once the motor warms up after the fact, but it's just a kind of a weird little thing. It's probably something with electrical. It is electric start as well as a kick start. There is no key, so it's always nice to have this guy. I mean, it's not very hard to kick these bikes over either, but it's kind of nice just to be able to flick a switch and go. I'll put a clip of the top speed in here for you guys. This is me drag racing my friend. The SSR is actually faster than this bike, but my friend has probably about 130 pounds on me. That's kind of why I pull past him, but you can see the SSR has plenty of power, as well as this bike. And if you're curious, that bike is a SSR 125, so technically it is a bigger motor on that bike. This bike also does jump well. Hopefully I can find some clips of me jumping it. I'm not 100% sure if I have any, but I should. I'll have to dig around in my hard drive for them. You do have to be pretty accurate. The suspension in the rear kind of lacks a little bit because it is a smaller bike, and it's not a traditional, I'd say, orientation of how a rear dirt bike is set up. Again, for kids, I'd say this is pretty much a perfect bike to buy for them for their first bike. So overall, this bike is pretty bulletproof, I'd say. Unless you're doing some crazy stuff where you really are beating on it, it really shouldn't give you any issues. Like, you'd have to be doing some crazy stuff for the quality to be an issue. Honda and Yamaha have 110 models as well. So if you're curious, you can go look into those bikes as well. I don't have any of those, but I just thought I'd put that out there for you guys. The Honda and the Yamaha only come in the shorter options. So I believe the KLX 110 is the tallest out of the three. I could be wrong, but off the top of my head, I think that is correct. But I'll just run through the rest of the mods I have on my bike if you guys are curious. I do have a T4 Pro Taper circuit exhaust I put on about a year ago. This thing has been awesome. I love the sound of it. They're fairly inexpensive, but overall, I didn't have to rejet or anything. So it's basically just bolt on, and then you sound way cooler. And then I have a Two Brothers Racing rear brake pedal. This actually came with the bike when I bought it. These things are pretty expensive, actually, once I looked it up. I think they're like 120 bucks. It was pretty crazy. I would never pay that much for a brake lever, but came with the bike, so can't complain. Kind of went over the handlebars already. Have an aftermarket gas cap. I can't even read what that says. It's just like a metal one. I'm sure you can find one if you even want something like that. BBR Motorsports tall seats. I would definitely recommend this and the handlebars for this bike over everything. But lastly, and most important, is the spoke skins that I put on. You can find those pretty much anywhere. They're pretty awesome. They're starting to fade out. They were a lot more lime green, but they've been on there for a while. But like I said, I will leave a link to everything on this bike down in the description if you're curious, so you guys can pick any of this stuff up if you wish to do so. If you guys have any questions about anything I did not talk about, please let me know down in the comments. I will respond to you hopefully as fast as possible, especially if you're catching up with this video right in the beginning. So I'm just going to recap. I'd say this bike is great for anyone starting out. If you're someone who already knows bikes but is just looking for your first pit bike or something, this would be a great option. I would highly recommend it. Again, I'm just making this video to help people out. I'm not getting paid for any of this unless it's like ad revenue, or if you actually click on those links. I do get a commission if you buy something. So If you want to help me out a little bit, go for it. But I really hope this video, guys, helped you answer some questions that you were curious about. Again, this thing's bulletproof. For jumps, woods riding, trail riding, it's pretty fun. It's obviously a smaller dirt bike, so it's not going to be anything like this, but for what it is, it's pretty dang amazing. But I think that should do it for this video. I also have a motovlog channel that I'm restarting. I did used to make motovlogs, but I am switching them over to a different channel. So if you watch motovlogs, please go subscribe to that. And I'm also going to be starting a gaming channel too on top of this channel. So I'm going to be running 3 channels. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to film for YouTube as much as possible. I'm probably going to be only going to be able to make videos up here on the weekends. So I'm going to hope to try and shoot for at least a video a week on each channel. I would want to film more for these, but I physically can't be here to film Monday through Friday. So I usually take like a 4 or 5 hour drive just to make these videos. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could help me out. But thank you for being patient with new videos for my old subscribers. Like I said, I had some weird things happen that I didn't plan on happening, which kind of started another delay in making videos, but we are back now. I'm probably going to be filming a motovlog tomorrow on this thing, even though it's like 20 degrees out. I need to do it. But if you go check it out right now, it's either I'll have this video up and another video or just a prior video, but this one will be out shortly. Also, I will leave a link for my gaming channel. I'm just like shameless plugging right now. I apologize. But yeah, let me know anything you guys want to see. Again, I'm going to be doing a build on this bike. I think it's going to be pretty cool once it turns out. It's going to be way different than anything you probably are expecting. So I'm pretty pumped. Should be a fun project. I'm excited and nervous. I'm going to be doing motor work and some other things that I'm not going to spoil. But I've never actually gone into a motor, so I'm kind of nervous. But I think I should be able to handle it. I do have an engineering degree, so I should be able to figure it out. Hopefully. But alright, peace out. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.